We are live at the Houston Food Bank with Betsy Ballard, and she is the Chief Communications Officer here at the Houston Food Bank. And Betsy, where are we right now?
We're in the carousel room, and this is, I think it's the show place for our volunteers. We have these carrier systems that move through the room. It carries food from volunteers table to table. They sort and process that food, and they make sure that the quality is good so that we can send it out and feed hungry people.
And what we're doing today, everyone, is we're highlighting different types of volunteer opportunities in case you would like to volunteer here at the food bank. They always need volunteers. Now, this is an example of a box that may come in from a food drive, right, Betsy? And as you can see, there are many different boxes of salt. That's not going to go out to a client, right?
Not all of these boxes of salt, no.
Right.
So our volunteers have to sort it. They have to put it into categories. It gets moved through the rooms by this carrier system, and some other volunteers then put it in categories, or maybe they'll take it and process it into food boxes that are distributed.
So one client will get maybe one box of salt and one thing of water.
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
And we send this stuff to a food pantry. Salt, for example, that's going to go to a food pantry.
Okay.
And if somebody needs salt, they can get it when they come to the pantry.
Right. Okay, so what about repacking the boxes in the warehouse? What's that about?
Sure. We take unsorted food as well, and we put it in boxes that are then distributed to families. We also have a box building program that distributes food just for seniors, and that food is much more structured. It's a very set amount of items that go out to a senior every month. 7,700 seniors get fed through that program.
That's wonderful. And everyone, if you volunteer here, they make it easy. These are examples of cans that will not be distributed.
Right.
So the volunteers can look for this.
We want to make sure that the quality is in question. If the dent is severe enough, for example, we're not going to send that out there because the food may, we could poison somebody. You don't want to do that.
Right. Okay, now one of my favorite programs here is the Backpack Buddy program. Tell us about that.
Oh, we love the Backpack Buddy program. It gives a sack of food to a kid in a school, something to take home for the weekend. So many children are chronically hungry. Their families just can't afford to keep food on the table. It's heartbreaking. So the teachers tell us, after they've identified these children, that those kids come back to school on Mondays and they're so much more able to learn.
Yes, it makes them better able to learn, just like you said. Absolutely.
It's a disadvantage to try to learn if you're hungry.
Yeah, it is.
Your stomach hurts, your head hurts, not good.
Now, how can people volunteer here at the food bank?
Oh, it's so easy. Just go to our website, houstonfoodbank.org, and you can click on volunteer, and it'll take you to a registration page. You're good to go. We'll give you a badge to print out that has a barcode on it, and you scan it when you come in so we can record your presence, and then we can total up all the hours. We know that in a year's time, we have about 120 people, the equivalent, let me be clear, the equivalent of 120 people. If you total up all those many volunteer hours, we literally can't function without them.
And you need volunteers all the time.
Got to have them all the time.
So everyone, you know what, with the holiday season coming up, if you have a community group or maybe your office wants to do something for the community, come on out and volunteer, right?
Year round, you're welcome all the time.
Thank you, Betsy, so much. All right, everyone.